Hello, welcome to the Rhythm and Blues Preservation Society Monday Music Spotlight. I'm your host, Perry Thompson, President and CEO of the Rhythm and Blues Preservation Society. Tonight, I'll be our honor to have as a guest Miss Namphuyo Aisha, daughter of the legendary Betty Wright. So let me get her on right now. All right. Are you on there? Hello?
Hello, I'm here.
Hold on.
There.
Yeah, all right, here we go. we are IG Live, Miss Namphuyo Aisha. How are you doing this evening? Good evening.
I am fine. How are you?
I am great. I'm just trying to adjust this right here. All right, here we go.
I'm trying to get it where it's more than just the top of my head, but this is pretty much, yeah, there you go.
That's cool. That's cool. Now, am I pronouncing your name right? Namphuyo?
My name is Namphuyo Aisha. Yes.
Okay, that's a beautiful name, Namphuyo. Okay, I didn't want to mispronounce your name. Now, let's start from your humble beginnings. You know, the old folks say humble beginnings. You know, where you're from and what was it like growing up with the legendary Betty Wright? You there? Hello? See, something's wrong with the IG. Oh, she went off. Let's see if you could get her back on. So a little bit. And get her back on.
Hello, sorry about that.
You back on?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. You back on. Okay. Yes. Now, I'll repeat the question. What was it like, you know, when your humble beginnings growing up with a legend such as your mom?
Well, I mean, my mom was a mom like any other mom, but instead of going to a 9-to-5 job, of course, she was on the stage. So it was actually very Exciting. I'll be honest about that. I used to love to watch her perform, and you know, I was actually pretty big the first time I got to see her perform live. So really, I got to see her and the band perform at home a lot. You know, they had a little rehearsal space, so it was full of music.
Right.
That's what my childhood was like. It was full of music.
Okay. Now, other than your mother, who were your other musical influences while you were growing up?
Oh, wow. Everyone, like Shaka Khan, Barry White, you know, pretty much everybody was on the road with my mom. She was on the road with Teddy Pendergrass. She was on the road with Bob Marley. She had dates with Natalie Cole, and I grew up around some good music, man.
Wow, legends. Now, how old were you when you first started singing?
Oh, wow. I don't remember ever not singing, but I remember going into the studio and recording for the first time when I was about 4. Because prior to that, I put the headphones on and kind of fooled me into believing that I was recording, because I really thought that I was ready, you know? So by the time I was 4, she let me actually say something on the mic, and she recorded it. So that's as
Do
far back.
you remember what you said?
No, I don't. I have no idea what I said. It was a song. It was some little children's choir that I sang with.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Now, when did your mother let you start singing with her on the road? How old were you then?
I joined her band when I was 14 years old.
Wow. Now, what was that experience like?
Wow. It was great. I mean, I learned a lot on the road. I learned a lot from my mom. Of course, we had our ups and downs because when you work with family, it is what it is. And I was young and, you know, feeling myself. I was a teenager and, you know, I got checked a couple of times in front of the band. But everything that I learned
Really?
on the road.
What were they checking you for?
Oh, my mouth, you know, you talking back, you know, because that the one thing that was difficult for me in the beginning was to separate my mother from at home to my mother on the road. Because when she was in work mode, it was like, no, we're not going to have this discussion like I'm talking to you, like, do your homework. This is a job.
Right.
This is my thing. This is my legacy.
Right.
You're going to do what you're supposed to do out here. And that's, you know, that was the thing that I had to really learn. And she sent me through the boot camp. I mean, by the end, I was the best soldier out there because she taught me everything I needed to know.
How long were you on the road with your mom?
30 years.
Wow. Can you share a story that just stands out from all the years on the road with your mom? One story that really stands out? One
story that really stands. Oh my goodness, there are just so many stories. Well, this one story that I tell everybody, it's not the best story. It's the funniest story because we all got arrested in the Las Vegas airport. Now, my mom, if anybody knows anything about my mom, they know she would never commit a crime in her entire life. But we flew to Las Vegas. We had a couple of shows. We had shows in Vegas and we had shows in LA. I knew that everything ran too smooth because on the road, it never goes that smooth. But this trip, everything was right. The food, the venue, everything was perfect. But on our way back, we got stopped and arrested for fraud because the promoter had bought the plane tickets and everything else, the hotels, everything, even the car that was driving us around with a stolen credit card. And we broke federal laws when we got on the plane and flew. So on the way back, they was like, well, we won't get them going, but we'll get them coming back. So the whole band got arrested. And my mom, of course, just breaks down and starts crying because she's like, what's going on? So, you know, the men in black walk up to us in the airport and they like, come with us. Most of us ain't never been to jail before. So, you know, me and my mama get taken to a holding place in the airport and they separate us.
Now, did they know who she was?
Yeah, they did. They separated.
Wow.
There was one guy that was in the band, and he was the white guy in the band. So they separated him from us and took him into another room, you know, trying to get him to rat us out. And his name is Eddie Montia. He's always been like a super producer. They didn't know who they pulled in the room because Eddie is the craziest person in the world. And I heard him screaming and cursing all the way down the hall. How dare you accuse Betty of a thing like that? She's the best person I know. And I'm sitting in the room like, Lord, we all going to jail. This man crazy. But he somehow was so adamant about what he was saying that they actually listened to us and they found out, you know, we really didn't have anything to do with it. And we were supposed to go back and testify and everything, but we did have to buy our own plane tickets back. They took those tickets. So that's a story that stands out, and we laughed about it over the years.
Wow.
Crazy.
Now, as you as a singer, you sing background for some heavy hitters as well. Speak on that.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I worked with my mom. In the beginning, there is a producer, Nick Martinelli, and he really broke me as far as singing with really big artists because I started with my mom, then I did a little something with Gloria Stefan, but I was just starting out. I wasn't seasoned yet, and Nick gave me a chance and put me in the studio with Gina Bell, Gerald Austin, Howard Hewitt, and he helped me get my chops up. And before long, you know, I was doing my own thing. I went on the road with Kimani Marley, ended up singing background on songs with DMX and so many different artists. Like I really have been blessed to work with the best of the best as far as music.
Now, who was from all the people you work with, who was the easiest one and who was the most challenging one?
Well, my mom was the easiest because we had that connection, you know.
Right.
But I don't really want to call names when it comes to the most challenging one, but I did work for a fella one time, and we clashed in the sense of, I feel like maybe my personality was strong, or that, you know, sometimes it's just vibes. Sometimes it's not even you. I don't feel like he and I ever did anything to offend each other. It was just the vibe wasn't there. You know, and in a situation like that, you just shake hands and walk away. It doesn't have to be a problem or anything. I mean, if he called me to do background right now, I would do it. So, yeah, I don't let it get challenging to that point.
Wow. Okay. Now, your mother am I correct? Your mother was a vocal coach, am I correct?
Yes. Yeah, she coached the
Who did she work with?
What'd you say?
Who did she work with?
Oh, wow.
Who did she work with?
I remember when I was a child, when I was a small child, maybe 3 or 4 years old, she worked with the Jackson family. I remember that very well. She was working with the Jackson sisters. And as I got older, it got stranger. You know, she coached Lil Wayne, she coached Diddy, she coached Beyonce on certain songs. And I mean, she worked with everybody, and everybody knows she worked with Joss Stone, and she worked on Making the Band with Diddy and did Danity Kane and so many people. She worked with
Making with the Band. Wow.
Yeah, she was on Making the Band. And also before she passed, she was working with Phil Collins with his foundation and his children. He had a foundation called Little Dreamers, and she was their vocal coach. Like, she was all over the place.
Wow. I know that the music community, they have mad respect for your mother.
Yeah.
They speak very highly of
her.
Yes, she did. Now, as you got older as a singer now, did you do any recordings yourself as far as your own music?
Yes, I released music like years ago. I released my own music, and I just recently released a single, So Many Ways. And as a solo artist, I made a decision to focus mainly on my mother's band because of the importance of it for my family legacy. It wasn't a thing. I didn't want to be out there and be like separate from my mom. The road was the time that I spent with her. It was the only time that I got with her. I shared her with everybody the whole time, me and my siblings. So me being on the road with her was a way to be around her, to still have that family thing, and we were making money together. You know what I mean? So I could have gone out there and been a solo artist, but I would have just been away from her all the time. I didn't want that, you know? I didn't want that. I wanted to be with my family, so I stayed with my family.
Now, what's your favorite song by your mother?
My favorite song by my mother is a song that no one really knows. It's called I Come to You. And it's a slow ballad, and I can't hear it without crying. And I mean, I would be 3 years old listening to that song crying, not even knowing what it was saying. It's just the feeling in the song.
Wow. Now, what happened? My parents bought all the albums. Do you remember what album that was on?
It was her self-titled album. I think that was the album with Make Me Love the Rain and Indivisible and all of that. There's a duet with Bobby Caldwell on that album, Make Me Love the Rain. Yeah. It's a self-titled album. It's one of her self-titles.
Okay. Okay. Because your mother, she used to have the beautiful braids on the front cover. I remember your mother with the braids.
Yeah, I love that picture. That's my favorite one. My grandma had that hanging on her wall.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Now, you know, there's some hip hop artists that sampled your mother. Because I remember Candyman, Knocking Boots. I think that was Tonight's Tonight.
Everybody sampled. I mean, a lot of people don't even know that Beyonce Upgrade You is Girls Can't Do What the Guys Do. That's the sample from that. Candyman sampled her. Color Me Bad sampled her. I mean, who hasn't? If you look, you'll find some serious artists that sampled her music and nobody even knows that's what it is.
Nobody even knows. I think.
Times.
Yeah, because I think Willie D, he did his own version, called himself the Cleanup Man.
Did Cleanup Man. He sure did. He sure did. Yeah. And Mary J started off her Real Love with Cleanup Woman.
That's right.
She mentions that in her new special that she grew up listening to Mama.
Okay. Wow.
So that hip hop connection is always there.
Yes. Yes. Now I want to give acknowledgments to everyone who's online. We appreciate everyone. We appreciate everyone who's online on the IG Live. Thank you for being online. Okay. Yeah. Wow.
I see some people. Okay. I see my nephew Karandre on there. My cousin is on there. Hi.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for being online. Appreciate it. Now, I wanted to ask you. Let me get this off of here. There you go. Okay. I wanted to ask you, now, you being a child of a legend, right? And when when you started doing your music career, knowing the ups and downs that your mother that she went through, did you say to yourself, maybe I shouldn't do this, or this is my calling? I can't quit this.
Both, of course. I went through my phase of wanting to be a doctor or a lawyer because I was like, I don't want to ever be away from my kids like this. And, but by the time I was 12 years old, I knew that I couldn't run from it. I knew I wouldn't be happy doing anything else. So even when people would come at me with the, you could be this or you could be that, I was like, that's not what I am. I just knew who I was, and I know who I am. Right. I've been able to support myself the whole time with music. So, people can't tell me otherwise. You have to walk in your calling, or you'll never be satisfied. Right. You'll never feel right.
Right. Now, are there any artists that you want to work with now, or did you want to work with before that you didn't have opportunity to?
Well, I have some special appearances coming up on my EP that I'm going to release. I'm working on it right now. And, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet, but I will keep you posted. There will be some interesting appearances on my EP. And I do a lot of music with my kids, too, because all my sons are incredible lyricists. They don't sing, they rap, but they rap like old school. They don't rap. They know what they're talking about. They know what they want to say, and they know how to get it across.
Beautiful.
So I do music with them too.
Wow. Wow. Well, please let it. When that album drops, let me know because I'll promote it for you.
Oh yes, I'll let you know first.
Yes, definitely. Now you are part of a member of a group called the Daughters of Legacy.
Yes, I am.
Please speak about that. Speak about the members and how you all came together.
Oh, wow. Well, as most people know, if they know me and Keisha Jackson, Millie Jackson's daughter, we are god sisters. Yes. My mother was her godmother. We grew up together on the road. We're about as tight as could be. We couldn't be tighter if we was blood sisters. That's just how we roll. Right. So whenever she is doing anything that's worth anything, she always calls me in. We talked about years ago doing shows together. It never happened. And she came up with a version of what we need to do to reach the audience that our mothers built,
Right.
Because, Keisha and I have had kind of a difficult path in the business because we look like our moms. We sound like our moms. We act like our mothers. You know what I mean? So it was a pretty big shadow over us. So she called me one day and told me that she and Jamesia Bennett came up with this idea for just the daughters to do a show together and tribute our parents. And of course, I was like, okay, whatever she called me for, I'm down anyway. But it was too good of an offer to pass up. So I met up with the girls. Robin Charles was there. Heather Hayes was there. You know,
Yes.
we came together and we gelled. And when I say gel, I mean like first day gelled, sisters for life, and everybody can sing. See, that's the beauty
Yes.
of the project. You know, when we tribute our parents, we not just doing like some type of karaoke version of
you're
our
blowing.
parents' songs. We are really, really doing our parents justice. Those girls can sing.
Yes.
I love performing with them. Every show is like, it's a blessing. It's actually, besides my mom's show, it's the best experience that I've had as far as live performance.
Wow, that's great. I mean, because I see y'all doing your thing. You know, you're performing. Y'all perform just in the southern area, or y'all do the East Coast as well?
We perform wherever they want us to perform. Wherever they bring us, we go. Overseas, over there, over here, all of that.
Wow, that's great. Because now, how long you been rolling together?
I think about 3 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe we did our first initial meeting where everybody got together about 3 years ago, and that's, you know, now it's just tight. It's just tight. That's the only way to describe it.
Wow, that's great. I mean, you're preserving your parents' legacy by doing that. We're all for that. Yeah. Wow, that's great. Now, please, you gotta let me know when you're coming to the East Coast, because I definitely would love to see your concert.
Oh yes,
you gotta let me know.
You be there front and center when we come. The show is great. You don't want to miss it.
I know.
Daughters of Legacy.
I know. Hey, all your parents got your parents' legacy. The music that your parents have. Forget about it. I mean, I know dynamite.
The music alone. I mean, you could just, with the show that we have, we could literally just stand there and let the music play, and it would still be a great show. That's how, you know, and then you add that live energy and forget about it.
Right. Now, I want to speak, now, your mother is such an important part of Black music culture. What is it that you want the world to know about your mother and her, you know, her contribution to Black music? What is that you want everybody to know about your mom?
I want everybody to know that she did what she did because she loved people. I want them to know that she truly loved and was dedicated to the people that made her who she was. Her audience to her was her family. And I asked her many times over the years with tears in my eyes. And it's hard for a parent to look at a little girl that they gave birth to with tears in their eyes and say, listen, they're my family too. You have to share me. And she told me that many times. And I had to accept that because her capacity for love was not just for us. She had a love for the world. And if I were, you know, to explain who she was or want them to remember her in any way, it would be that she was a lover of people. You know, she really, really loved. That person that you saw with the laughing and the cheesy smile, that was her. She was wonderful like that all the time. She was a real woman. She didn't take no crap from nobody, and she loved everybody. That's, you know, that's my mama that I want everybody to remember. And her contributions to music, because she performed for her audience from the time she was 11 years old to the time she was 66 years old. She dedicated her whole life. You know, and that's the legacy. Right,
because she was a teenager when her first single came out, right?
Yeah,
when
she was 13,
a teenager.
But she had been on a record label trying to find a single since she was 11.
Okay.
She was signed that.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Now, is there a documentary or movie coming out about your mom? Is that in the works?
Myself and my sisters are working on a biopic for my mom, and yes, it will be out soon. We're in the stages of getting it done. And yes, it's coming because her legacy is one that should be told. It's a story that should be told.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's
absolutely. I mean, I grew up listening to your mom. My parents bought all her albums. I'm not, no joke. I grew up listening to your mom. Yeah, so definitely, you know, once that movie comes out, we definitely going to promote that.
Yeah,
Definitely. Please keep me in touch with that, please.
Yes, please.
Now, please let everyone know.
Everyone posted on, you know, the dates, on the
Yes.
release dates and everything. Just and believe me, it's so much that people don't know. She did things that no one even knew about. So that you'll be able to see in the biopic.
Wow, that's great. Right, that's truly great. Now, please let everyone know what you're working on, your upcoming projects, and where they can reach you at.
Okay. Well, once again, my name is Namphuyo Aisha. On IG, I'm Namphuyo76. Facebook, Namphuyo Aisha. Those are the platforms that I'm on. And I have a single out called "So Many Ways." You can see the music video on YouTube, and you can download it on all digital platforms. I also am working on new music, and I'll be releasing it soon, and I'll keep you posted. So follow me on IG so you can see everything that I'm doing. And Daughters of Legacy has shows coming up everywhere. Also, last but not least, I have a Betty Wright tribute tour that we're going to do. We're going to go all over to the places the different cities that we performed over the years, and we're going to give the audience just a little taste, you know, of how it used to be. We're going to give them some good soulful music, and we're just going to, we're going to follow in that path and keep our mother's legacy alive.
Great. Now, please, before we go, I'll have to let everyone know why it's important to preserve the culture of Black music, and also speak on as far as what the Rhythm and Blues Preservation Society is doing for our part in preserving Black music culture.
Well, the reason why it is very, very important for our community to preserve our music, number one, no one else is going to do it. No one is going to tell our story. If we let other people tell it, it's not going to be told the way we experience it. It's important for the time capsule, for the future of music. If these children don't know where music started, then they'll get lost and they won't know where they're going. So we have to leave them a path. It's like a Bible. It's like a musical Bible. You have to preserve your musical path so you will have a future in music. And the R&B society is preserving music in a way where it's putting it out there for the youth to see what. Am I still on?
There you go. Come on.
Okay. Yeah, they are providing a platform for us to be able to look into our past, the past of our ancestors, and see where we're going in the future. And that's why it's so important. It's so important to support. It's important to donate. Just like we donated to PBS and all of that when we was kids, when we wanted to keep seeing Sesame Street. If you want your soul music, if you want to hear good artists like Fantasia, LaPortia, Queen Naja, all of the new kids that's out there, Ari Lennox, if you want to keep hearing that good music and you don't want that R&B to die, if you truly love soul music, then you support, donate.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
You know, there's no way around it. We have to do it. Nobody's going to do it for us. We have to do it. We have to be the ones to lead.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Those words are really humble and touching. Thank you very much. And again, let us know about all your upcoming projects with yourself, the Betty Wright documentary movie, the Betty Wright tribute. Let us know. We're going to support you. We salute you. We salute the legendary Betty Wright. You know, her legacy should never be denied. Never.
I won't.
Because she couldn't. Oh, yes, ma'am. And before we go, I have to let everyone know that the Rhythm and Blues Preservation Society is a nonprofit organization that preserves the culture of Black music. And again, we are asking for donations. Cash App, $RBPS 18. You can get us at PayPal at paypal.me/RBPS 18. And you can click our link in our bio to our GoFundMe page. All donations are welcomed. And again, Ms. Namphuyo Aisha, we want to say thank you for being on our Monday Music Spotlight. We wish you peace and blessings in all your endeavors. Good luck. Hope your family's doing well. Continue to stay well. And we're going to keep in touch because I definitely want to know about all your projects. Thank you
Thank you for
again. We
having me.
appreciate you.
It was
Thank
an
you.
honor.
And thank you. Thank you. And this is Monday Music Spotlight. I'm Perry Thompson, and we are out. Peace and love.